And now we're going to add our colours. Okay, let's try off with these two colours here. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention was, if I've got green oil pastel, I'm not going to put green over the top of this. It's a really good idea to use very contrasting colours. So for green, you might want to think about, well, what's the complementary colour? Would be red, or if I'm doing light green, go for a very, very, very dark green, or something that's opposite to this. Because when we put our watery paint on, if you see here, our green stands out really well against that red. So here's where I press the pastel really hard, but what happens over here when I put the same red over the green? Because I haven't pushed very hard, the paint's actually going straight over the top, so we're not getting that nice effect. Okay, so that's the reason why we need to press fairly hard. So here's our colouring that we did before, and again I'm using colours that are opposite. So you can see here where I've left, I did a rough colouring in here. I'm getting a mixture of the pink and the green. If I finish that off, so you're getting some pink and some green. What's going to happen when we do this one? And being yellow, I'm going to try a... Okay, so if you look at this, the paint just isn't sticking to the oil pastel at all, and I'm getting a very yellow disc there. And let's have a look at what happens down here. So again, using a very contrasty, much darker colour over our light colour. And using light colours, we get a great effect. Okay, the darker colours, well, in those cases I would use, again, contrasting. Using a lighter colour really makes them stand out. Or a contrasting colour. A complementary colour, I should say. So we're getting a couple of different effects. Now, if you remember down through here, I used white. Let's see what happens when I paint over this. It's like magic. This is my favourite effect. And I can even drop some colour into that, what we call wet on wet, and let the colour just run into the blue, and then it kind of melts together and I get a really cool effect there. Now, you can also use your lines just like colouring in. So this side I want to be orange. So you're colouring in a shape. So it makes a great outline. And then this side, I'm going to continue my dark blue. Now, one more tip or trick. The one thing you don't want to do is take your paint, let's find another colour, and actually keep brushing backwards and forwards. Because if you keep brushing backwards and forwards in the one spot, well, one thing's going to happen, you're going to make a hole in your paper, but two, can you see where I've rubbed backwards and forwards? The paint eventually, the oil pastel will rub off and you lose that nice white effect I've got here. So instead of this being nice and white, it's now picked up the colour of the paint. You won't get that nice... See, the paint's gone straight over the oil pastel here. So you put it on very quickly once. So let me just go here. See where I just went over it once? And my oil pastel really shows up. But here where I brushed it backwards and forwards, I've lost my oil pastel effect.